Hey everyone, I've got the Legend of Cowboy here, which is a twin-stick shooter set from the overhead perspective in a cybernetic Wild West setting. And the game consists of 5 different worlds. But before we really get into the gameplay aspect of it, I first want to mention that there's no story here. And then also there's no options. So to cater to different skill levels or have any sort of accessibility or anything like that, there's none of it. There's just one difficulty setting, there's just one mode, which keeps track of your time, so I guess your replayability lives and dies on if you like to try and set fast times. It's bare bones, so one mode, no options, that's all I got on that. In terms of the aesthetics of the game, honestly, when I saw the trailer, what drew me to this was the pixel art. And I do like the pixel art, and I would say that's probably pretty definitively the best aspect of the entire game. The other part of it, which is not so great, is the music. There's pretty much one music track throughout the entirety of the game, and it's so just bland and droning. It just drones on the whole time you're playing the game. Now, when you dive into this, it's not going to tell you literally anything in terms of how you play, or how your character maneuvers, or how the weapon system works, or anything like that. You ultimately need to figure all of this out for yourself, and while it's not a complex game, it would have been nice to at least know what button does what. So basically all you have is your 2 thumbsticks to aim and move, and then you have a button to dash and a button to shoot, and that's it. And that's fine, but you have to just push buttons in the beginning so you know how to play, which isn't ideal. But once you get into it and you understand how our little cyber cowboy here maneuvers, you'll get a handle on it pretty quickly. But I'll say that the dash is pretty useless for the most part, and that's because this is a bullet hell style game, and as a result, there's a lot of things flying at you. So when you have a bunch of bullets flying at you, you would think okay, the dash is going to give you that brief moment of invincibility so you could dash through the projectiles. That's not the case. And often when you dash, you're going to get hit anyways, so you're better off just trying to maneuver between the bullets coming at you, because a lot of them come in a spread pattern, versus dashing, because you also don't have a large window of invulnerability after you take a hit. So you could take multiple hits very quickly and lose a large chunk of your life. Each of the 5 worlds is slightly different and has slightly different enemies and slightly different boss fights, but fundamentally they all felt pretty much the same. And how that felt was bland and boring. Now, each of the worlds does have 3 room types that are on every single one of them. The layouts of each of the worlds are procedurally generated, so each time you play it will be a bit different, but for the most part, all 5 of the worlds felt almost exactly the same. There's minor differences, there's new enemies introduced, and the bosses do play a little bit different, but pretty much the whole game felt samey. Those 3 room types that I mentioned that each world has are the following. There's the boss room, which is indicated by a red skull before the door, so you know that hey, this is the end of the world. And then there's also a shop, and the shop has your choice between 2 different weapons that you can purchase with your coins, which are acquired by defeating enemies. Now, in terms of the weapons, they're all awful. The lone exception is the rifle, which is super strong and is pretty much the only gun pickup you should ever purchase. And I don't know why some of the weapons you can buy have a power of 0, but the shotgun, the flamethrower, these are surefire ways to get you killed quickly because they're horrible. And when you purchase one of these, you have to expend all of your ammo in order to be able to use your pistol again, which in and of itself, the pistol is pretty bad too. It shoots so slow, and it's hard to hit your target because your bullets travel so slow. The enemies actually move faster than your bullets, so you need to get closer to the enemy in order to hit them, but then you take hits. It's like a vicious cycle of just being annoying, but the rifle is the only worthwhile weapon, and you cannot switch between your pistol and your purchased weapon, and once you run out of ammo, you will then lose that weapon. Like, why can't I holster a weapon that I run out of ammo with, and then once you get the ammo pickup, which is in the third room type, which is a supply room, which has an ammo pickup and a health pickup. Like, there's just so many little things. When you buy a weapon, you have to use it till you expend all its ammo, then you lose it, then you can go back to your pistol. So why can't I switch weapons? Why am I not invulnerable during my dash dodge? Why do I lose my coins that I earned at the end of each world? Like, I understand you also refill my health, which is great, but why can't I keep my coins from world to world? If there's 2 weapon options in the shop on a world that both stink, that renders all the coins you collected on that world completely useless, because you go right back to 0 when you go to the next world. You also can't save. The only thing it saves is your best time when you clear the game. And if you get a game over, you can continue and it'll just start you over at the start of the world you're on, which is great. Just overall, there's a lot of little things in this that just detracted from the fun. Now, I will say, thankfully, this game's only like probably going to take you maybe 45 minutes to an hour to play through. And it only took me like an hour and 10 minutes to basically complete the game, because the only thing there really is to complete is to unlock all the achievements or trophies. So if you're an achievement hunter or a trophy hunter, like, I guess maybe it's worth the $5. But if you're looking for like a fun twin stick shooter, this isn't it, guys. This isn't the one. So just move along and look for something else. That's pretty much all I have to say about The Legend of Cyber Cowboy. Luckily, it was over pretty quickly because I didn't enjoy literally like anything about this game other than the pixel art, which is a bit unfortunate because, you know, the trailer sold me on it, but I guess I bought into some snake oil on this one. I hope you found this review helpful. If you did, make sure to give it a like. Comment below if you have any questions about this game, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. But until next time, have a good one.